when you get married, does it mean you have to give up all your desires? You just fulfill the desires of the other person, and all your needs, everything is, yeah, everything is, that's universal language for like, you know what I mean? And the answer is definitely yes and definitely no, and somewhere in the middle. If you're going into a relationship, you do have needs and desires that need to be fulfilled, but depending entirely on your partner to fulfill them could be problematic. And thinking you is all about you, and you really, you're number one and your partner's number two, and you're going to fulfill their desires, in a limited way, or only if they fulfill your desire. It doesn't work that way. And one of the problems I see is if you're a little older and you've lived alone for all your life or most of it, and you're getting married in your 30s or early 40s, and you're quite independent, and it's not easy all of a sudden to be considering the needs and desires of another person, because a lot of their needs are going to conflict with your needs, and there'll be compromises and so on, which is not a problem if that's, if you want to be married and you're happy to be married and so forth. That's just the price you pay, and you get so many rewards by paying that price. But some people will find it difficult to pay that price, and some people will not really be that attached to the rewards they're getting. So they'll think, this is expensive, and what am I getting? You know that joke, did you see on YouTube? This lady the wife is massaging the husband's head. And she said, who massaged your head before you were married? He said, no one. I didn't have any headaches. So, it's like just part of the reality, but you're willing to undergo the headaches and difficulties and the compromises and fulfill your partner's needs because you get so much out of the relationship. But if you feel you're not getting, or you don't really need it, then you'll look at it and say, well, I'm paying for something I don't need. Of course, this is something you have to figure out before you get married, not after. Because once you do it, then, you have to consider the well-being of your partner, whether it's easy or difficult, you like it or not. You just, that's your job, to see that they're happy and protected and taken care of and served. So I think a lot of people don't realize that when they get married, and after they get married, they think, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be like this, or they think it's so hard, or my wife or my husband is so this or that, when the fact is that most every marriage is the same. These things come up. My needs, your needs, who's right. And, it's about both of our needs. And it's not about who's right. It's about what's going to be best for the marriage.